All right, Black Box Radio, we have Julia with us. Say hello to the people.
Hi, this is Julia Hsia. Just feel free to call me Julia.
Okay. And you are originally from where?
I'm from Taiwan.
Taiwan. Okay. So, and say your name.
This is Hsaio-Chu Hsia.
Love it. Okay. And you're from Taiwan and you're here in the States.
Yes.
Okay. To do what?
I'm here to pursue my master's degree in community arts.
All right. And that's at MICA, right?
Yeah, I'm currently second year student, graduating this semester, which is a chaos.
I'm sure it was.
Yes, we're supposed to graduate. We're supposed to have in-person grade show and commencement, and it's all canceled due to the pandemic.
That must be disconcerting. So the big show is the expedition. Am I right, G?
The exhibition? Yeah.
Yeah, the exhibition. Okay.
The expedition is the Ford truck.
Okay, so the exhibition is the exhibition is where you display your art.
Yes.
Okay. And I'm sure you totally look forward to that.
I believe every student, graduating students are looking forward to it.
Okay. So that is like what I'm hearing, the primo thing that happens as a graduating student at MICA.
Yes.
Okay. See, us artists, people who aren't artists like me, we don't know much about that. So we're getting clear. Okay. So you lost all of those. So is any of that going to, are they going to have graduation? Are they going to have, so what's going to happen?
So everything went on, virtual meeting, virtual class, virtual exhibition.
So everything's virtual.
Wow. Yeah.
Okay. And how do you feel about that?
Oh, it's so bad, which sucks.
It's so bad.
Really bad.
Really bad. Wow.
So can you say a little bit just so that we have a sense of, I know the exhibition was coming up, but like what type of art you do?
So originally I usually do like painting and performance. So originally I'm planning to perform with my piece we're in like the gallery I will be in. But because we are not allowed and we're to go into the campus and we're not able to have an in-person exhibition, so it turns out we can only do, like virtual gallery talk and like performance in front of a camera, and then you might like record and then edit it into like video, which is not really different, but it's still have a lot of aspects that like people will perceive your works differently. People now it's only watching you like a 2-dimension screen, but not see like how tall you are and like what kind of people you are when we see in person, and like we are also not able to engage with people. That's the really big point.
Wow. So you're saying that it's better when you're present with people because it's more intimate and they can really understand what you're trying to portray.
Yeah, it's like, definitely we have a lot of performance or like performer, actor, they are good at like perform in front of camera, but my own performance art, it's more like engaging with audience and like have interactive with people who visit the gallery. So it's really, really sad that we don't have that opportunity to do this during the exhibition.
Especially with community arts being all about
community
and engagement. It hits this specific discipline extra hard because it's really all about people and you can't make that contact.
Yeah. I can also share one of our cohort's work. She was also planning like to collaborate with people, and all her thesis work are about collaboration. And due to this, unexpected impact, and she just couldn't finish that and could only rip up in another kind of way, or just kind of pass that project and see if she is able to do that in the future.
I wonder if like the folks who are actually looking at or the teachers or the judges or whomever, do they consider all of this? I mean, is this a
I think everybody is trying to figure out the best way to assess and judge and evaluate
Mhm.
the work. So in the way that students present the work and the way that they speak about their process, I think as long as that process is clear and students are able to articulate and illustrate their mastery of that process and the things they learn from that process, then from a grading standpoint, it's fine.
Okay.
As far as being able to experience the work, that's something that is difficult to approximate. But from an educational standpoint and what you learn from creating, that's still something that can be evaluated if the student is able to communicate their work in an effective way.
Okay. So Julia, being that we know you're going to get this your master's, is that's what this is, right? So and that's MFA, am I correct? Master?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so we know you're gonna get that and move forward. So what do you plan to do? Because, we're in a very uncertain time and this will play out. But once we get past this, what would you plan to do with your MFA or with your community art?
I actually have a clinical psychology background, which
Mm,
I've never learned art until I visit Baltimore. A part of the motivation of like why I'm making art, I found out it's more a lot of moment. It's about like, it's weird to say frustrated, but that's something makes me want to make art because I observe a lot of like, like the conflicts, the gap between two different groups of people,
mhm,
like the really sensitive thing, racism. That's just a classic social issue that it's
sure.
because of like misunderstanding and
Hmm.
like don't want to know each other or lack of the conversation opportunities, kind of like that.
Sure.
That kind of moment makes me want to make art. um, I see my art as like a bridge. So I want to connect two different groups of people when I see there's something missing between them.
Mm,
So it's frustrated that it's so hard to find a job now. I mean, for any kind of industry, it's so hard to find a job. And especially for me from another country.
hmm.
So, I mean, hopefully if things gets better in the future, I will say I'm looking for maybe artist residency. That's something,
Mm,
usually artists want to go. But education, like educational in institution or like school, it's also another thing I would like to work on that, because education for me, it's another thing that I think it's really important for everyone.
okay. So you wouldn't mind teaching?
Yeah.
Okay, and I hear that the therapy, because it sounds therapeutic to be able to bridge the gaps between different people, to make greater solutions so we can be better humans.
Yeah, like I mean, if you're generally say that, I mean that's really a great goal that it's hard to
Achieve.
achieve. Yeah, but like, yeah, maybe that's something I want to do eventually.
Yeah, but the good thing is it's in your head. The conversation starting, because it's
Mm-hmm.
needed, So yes, it might not happen tomorrow, but you're putting the two things together. You have your psychology and your art, and you can fuse them together and maybe bridge those gaps once you kind of formulate what you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Because as
Yeah.
humans, we need those type of connections. Our perspectives are really what's keeping us apart in a lot of ways. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So let me ask you, Taiwan. So your
Mm-hmm.
family, how are they faring? Because this has affected the world. How has it affected your country? Are you keeping in touch with your family? What's going on in that sense, personally?
Fortunately, I believe Taiwan is one of the countries now that block the virus really successful. We have like continually 10 days we don't have like new cases, which is amazing. I mean, because Taiwan's pretty small, it's a small island.
Okay.
Compared to a great land, it's technically easier to protect, but our government found out the potential danger in the really early stage, like last year, the end of 2019. So they started to protect and to kind of like announce, like kind of like ask citizens to be careful and then like wash hands. So my family in Taiwan, they are pretty well, and their life is almost the same, except they are asked to put on face mask when they go out.
Okay.
So compare here, they are more worried about me.
I'm sure.
Yeah, but I still think Baltimore, Maryland, at least the government, I can see they're trying to. No, everyone's doing the good thing. But
Yeah,
I
they do a
mean,
pretty good job in
but
Baltimore.
but I do observe that Baltimore, Maryland government, it's one of the states that start like to have actions in the early time. That's how I think.
Yeah, you're right. I think the governor for Maryland was pretty proactive, even when he wasn't getting a lot of assistance from the federal government. And because there's some governors out there that they cowboys. So but we have a governor that was pretty sensible. I'm not sure everything he did. From what I've seen and when I'm looking at him on television, he's doing pretty good when it comes to being proactive. And when it started getting bad, he really jumped on it. And
Yeah.
and I think it's been great for Maryland. I think it would have been worse if he hadn't have been as proactive as possible. So I feel pretty happy about that response. I just wish that it was a response for the whole country in that way. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not this one state is doing this, one state is doing that, because that's kind of dangerous.
Yeah.
So I wish it was a concerted effort for the whole country to be doing one thing. But, we have Captain Crunch as our president, your president, since you're now American. So he's your president, Julia. And
Julia's like, she's like, no, he's not.
I hate to say it. If you're going to school here, he's yours.
Physically, yeah, physically.
He's yours. So I'm kind of understanding why your parents and your family is terrified, because they left you in the hands of Captain Crunch. So, I totally get it. So, but anyway, are you looking to? Are you staying in the States?
That's a really good question. I can only say depends on the work.
Okay, got it.
Like, as long as someone wanna hire me, I'll go for it. I need money to survive.
That's true. Do you have a plan do you want to go like to New York, or do you want to go to do you have a place you're vying to be in, San Francisco? I mean, do you want to change your area, or you want to stay in Baltimore?
I will say I will stay in the East Coast. I found my personality is more fit the vibe here. Yeah, I don't know why, but I enjoy the life here. Also, another thing is that I am not good at driving. So that's another layer.
You can't be in a rural area. You
need some public transportation.
So you have to be in some place that's pretty suburban.
Well, pretty urban.
Excuse me, pretty urban. Okay. All
yeah.
Right. Yeah, I have to be too. I like to drive, but I don't like rural neither. So I kind of get that. Okay, so you're planning on, you just want a job.
Yeah, but it's as I mentioned, like it's super difficult for international students.
Sure.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, because even the way the immigration policies are here.
Oh, I just want to share, and we also pay for the visa. Like
What?
Like we're graduating, and we are allowed to apply the new visa to stay to work, but the application fee is like $400.
Mm.
And that's like I work 1 to 2 months for the school as a school worker, and
Mm-hmm.
I can finally pay for this new visa.
Oh my goodness.
And that's pretty,
It's pretty steep.
yeah, but like but I need to stay here.
Yeah, you need to stay, but
So
yeah, the immigration policies need to be definitely looked at. But that's pretty steep for students, because students,
yeah.
yeah, if you look at someone who's actually actively working, that's a difference. But $400 when I was a student, that's like $1 million. $400 is big cash. So I kind of understand that. So we're at the part of the interview where we do a last will and testament. And that's where we actually kind of talk to the community and kind of leave like some inspiration. It's a jewel. It's your jewel. It's Julia's jewel.
What does jewel mean here? Like
It's like a it's just like a inspirational thought, or
okay.
Listen, what I really want to hear is you talking your language. That's what I really want to hear.
Oh,
Yes, I do. I want to hear some of your language. That would be amazing.
sure. But I want to share one thing in the beginning. I will say please be safe and be healthy. If you need to work at this point, but for the people who are working at home or whatever reason you are only able to be at home, especially students, I really encourage you all to do something you forget to do when you're busy. I'm not saying like writing something, your homework, or like the task. It's more like the things you used to enjoy it. For example, I started to writing, but it's not like assignment or homework. It's like just novel or like paragraph,
Mm-hmm.
dreaming, like just really something that you enjoy it. I know some of my friends started to go back to like draw comic or illustration, but they're not in the major in illustration. It's just their interest, but
Mm-hmm.
they found something back from them, like it reminds them like childhood, which was the same when I'm writing. I think it's really nice to have a little bit time, since we don't need to go out, we don't need to dress up or like
That's true.
prepare to like your pretty face, put on lipsticks, but you have a little bit more time to like create something nonsense. Like
Mm.
we are not creating for any work or school class. It's just creating for fun. But it's really special for me during this time.
Yeah.
And then the same, I'm going to speak Mandarin
Please.
and Taiwanese.
Mm.
So I will say 保重身体，爱照顾家己. Which is mean like the first the first is a sentence, kind of sentence, short sentence,
Mm-hmm.
says take care of yourself, take care of your body.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second sentence is in Taiwanese, just saying again like take care of yourself. So I hope people can really remember to wash hands, eat healthy, and stay safe.
Awesome. Thank you, Julia. Awesome.
You're welcome.
G?
Julia, thank you so much for taking some time with us and sharing your experience right now and, what you have in front of you as an international student and a person that's entering into a new career and how this has been impacting you. It's a really unique and interesting perspective. We really appreciate it.
I appreciate you all inviting me to share.
Absolutely. So if you've enjoyed this conversation and you would like to hear more of the Rona Report, find it at blackboxradio.com. That's BLAKBOXXRADIO.com. You can also find Black Box Radio on Instagram and Facebook at Black Box Radio, or on Twitter at Box Black. That's BOXXBLAK.
Yes. You are in the Rona Report, and it is 4/29/20. We just had Julia. We really appreciate you, Julia. Your perspective, your languages, that's a beautiful thing. And just sharing with us what you're going through. So I appreciate your genius on the Rona Report.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate willing for me to share this, although I'm kind of new compared to the people here. I mean, this is my second year in the US, but I really enjoyed the time being here. I like Baltimore community. So thank you so much.
We appreciate you. This is Black Box Radio. We just had Julia. We're out. Peace.